Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for giving us the opportunity to debate this topic. First, let me introduce my team. I am Ahmed Atef, this is Ms. Leen Salah, Mr. Ahmed Atef, and Ms. Leen Ashton. Today, I stand before you as the first speaker against embryo screening. Let me just begin with a brief introduction on how embryo screening started. IVF, in vitro fertilization, or test tube baby, was first introduced in 1978 as the first successful procedure. Since then, the idea of embryo screening started. Embryo screening is screening of a fetus or an embryo to detect a certain number of genetic malfunctions, diseases, or mutations. By doing embryo screening, you are actually screening alive and messing with God's creation. Embryo screening can occur in case of unnaturally conceived children, as we have referred earlier to test tube babies or IVF. This is called pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, PGD, which is used more often nowadays. The second way is when a baby is naturally conceived. This can either be done through CVS, chorionic villus sampling, which takes place in the first trimester, which is the first 3 months of pregnancy, or more popularly, amniocentesis, which takes place in the second trimester. Amniocentesis itself has its own medical risks, which we will discuss later in this debate, and it could actually cause a genetic defect that we were trying to avoid in the first place. Screening facilitates discrimination, especially against disabled people. And there is a common misconception that disabled people are less valuable than normal people. Well, this is wrong because God has intentionally created us different for a certain reason. PGD is currently used for medical purposes, but as the technology develops, genetic modification will occur, and this will lead to us treating embryos like commodities. And as if I'm referring to an embryo as a product, I'll quote, "If the product isn't sufficiently equipped, doesn't produce the desired results, we will not launch it." So even if we do not consider embryos as human life, it is inappropriate to treat them as commodities with an option to purchase. We've all heard of searching for houses, cars, and furniture in catalogs, but for babies, I don't think so. This really devalues human life. In conclusion, I'd like to state that the procedures performed overlap the main aim of PGD. And in quest for perfection, this will destroy the human diversity. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's say that you're a parent. Every parent's question is, will my baby will be healthy? So embryo screening gives you that chance to know before. Gives you the chance if your baby has certain genetic defect to be ready how to deal with its disability. Under certain circumstances, or rare circumstances, the extreme that we were talking about will not be reached. Extreme situation. Choosing your perfect baby.
Actually, Ahmed Atef, my colleague, will talk about the
can I repeat the question? Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yeah.
You're talking about an extreme situation where you choose your dream baby. Don't you think that this is very extreme and cannot be reached under many laws, as embryo screening is already legalized? It's already done in many countries, and we have not reached that state.
State of medical genetic modification? Yes, actually, the babies of medical, genetic modification are expected to be born in the UK this spring, and they will have a debate about whether to legalize this in the UK in July. So it's actually in the process of medical engineering of new embryos, like selecting the preferred genes and stuff like that. And even if you're trying to eliminate any genetic defect, there is a great percentage that you mix up different genes, which will actually lead to a genetic defect that you did not expect.
Thank you.